Hi, I'm Nate Johnson, owner and head trainer at Steel Strength Training, where we believe in prehab, rehab, and doing what you thought was impossible. In previous videos, I've talked about the importance of splitting up the main lift versus the assistance lifts. And so, just to go over that, we're going to start the workout, depending on how many days per week you're working out, with anywhere from 1 to 3 big lifts. So those are going to be your squat, deadlift, bench press, shoulder press, pull-up, or lat pull-down if you can't do the pull-ups, and barbell rows. So, you can break that up depending on how many days per week you're working out, but I recommend that you hit each of those at least once per week. And then from there, you'll do some light assistance work, higher volume, just to get a pump, work on the smaller assistance muscles to make sure that you can prevent injury, build a little more muscle mass, things of that nature. But the majority of your progress is going to come from your big lifts. So the question is, how do we program the big lifts? What set and rep scheme should I use? Well, first of all, we have to ask ourselves, what is our goal? So 2 points I'll touch on today is going to be set and rep schemes for maximal strength with some hypertrophy to go along with that, or increase in muscle size. Actually, touch on 3 points, talk about that. The next thing we'll talk about is just maximal strength when we don't care about hypertrophy. This is going to be for people who are looking to compete for something like a powerlifting meet. And then finally, we're going to look at set and rep schemes that can be used on the main lifts when you're looking to maximize hypertrophy, but not necessarily maximize strength. So get the most muscle size, and some strength will come along with that. So first, you have to identify your goal. Alright, so if your goal is to build maximal strength while still getting some hypertrophy, what you want to do is try to hit around 25 reps on those big lifts. So you're going to look at something like 8 sets of 3, 6 sets of 4, and 5 sets of 5. Those are going to be the 3 best set rep schemes as far as straight sets go when it comes to hitting your big lifts when you're looking to gain maximal strength with some hypertrophy. Now, these are straight sets, which just means that you're going to use the same weight after you warm up. You're going to use the same weight for all sets. So make sure you follow my 8 training principles when you're setting up these programs. So you're going to start too light. This is going to give you an opportunity to feel the muscles working, make sure your form is good. It'll give you time to ramp up and bust through your previous PRs. Alright, point number 2. I don't recommend staying in this range for long, but if you're looking to peak for a competition, or you just want to see how much you and your buddies can bench press, go ahead and run somewhere around 10 reps on the main lift. This is not enough to really maximize hypertrophy or muscle growth. So most people are not going to want to hang out in this range for long, but it can be very effective for anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks, things like that. The best rep range, in my opinion, or the best set rep scheme would be 3 sets of 3. I've used that effectively. It's been great for just peaking my maximal strength. But you could also do something like 5 sets of 2, or even 10 sets of 1. Now, that was not 1 set of 10 reps. That's 10 sets of 1 rep. You want to make sure you don't get confused there. Again, caution, make sure you have good form. You don't want to hang out here long because you're not going to maximize hypertrophy. This is not a long-term sustainable approach that I recommend for most people. Alright, finally, you've got the hypertrophy range where you're just looking to maximize muscle, but not necessarily maximize your strength. So from here, I think the best thing you could do is somewhere around 30 to 40 reps. So I'll give you 2 options. You can do 4 sets of 8 reps or 6 sets of 6 reps. Both of those are excellent, but I've just provided you with several rep ranges depending on what your goal is. So maximal strength with some hypertrophy, which is what I recommend for most people. Then we have maximal strength for those looking to compete, maximize their strength. And then finally, just for those of you who are more bodybuilding focused, just looking to build the most amount of muscle, you want to get a little more reps in. So there you go. Those are the set and rep schemes that you need that should give you time to progress for quite some time. So enjoy it. Remember, hit your big lifts, pick your rep range depending on what your goal is, do some assistance work, get out. That's the way you make some progress.